started yesterday. I'm gonna play Madden NFL 20, and let's just get right into it.
Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might.
Okay, let's...
Brandon Gaud with Charles Davis. It's the NFC in control of the football as we get going once more.
Okay, they get the ball first. Sky, actually, let's do a squib. A squib. Right.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers?
Absolutely.
They find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus... Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
Yes,
and that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here comes Cohen. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the NFC will take over deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup at over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked.
I'm going to put Drew Brees back in. Drew Brees. Brees is
in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because you know the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of it.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance.
That's why I don't like his speed. I'm putting him back out. I don't like his speed. His speed is just no.
He's taken down.
Now, how about that play right there? Party, remember I told you about the home run hitter theory that someone told me years ago?
What's that?
Meaning a guy who hits home runs in the major leagues, go back and trace what he did all the way growing up. Probably hit home runs at every level. That's just who he is.
Dude,
but this guy sacked people all during the regular season. Why wouldn't he do the same thing here at the Pro Bowl?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they have the right idea. Just take what you can get.
Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Ryan Kerrigan, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm is just off. He's got thrown off.
What? Dude, how did he catch that?
You have to wake up, enjoy the
Did you
sunshine.
see that? How did he catch that? Look, how did he, what? He caught that. Dude, shouldn't that be pass interference? Bro. How did he catch that?
Flag.
Pro catcher. Jeez, dude. You see that? How did that? How did he do that? How did he catch that?
On first down, Mahomes. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper in the territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl. And he's going to go down, sacked right around the 17. Ryan Kerrigan in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Let's just feel it at the goal line.
Then all of a sudden, I the replay got it. Dude, that's
now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though it's supposed to be neutral. Because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Looking to go back to Thomas again. And now it's second down. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive. 20-13 2 seasons ago, and the last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense. And Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and it's second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete.
Russell
Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the NFC just continuing to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team.
And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
Oh, no.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The AFC offense making their way back out. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here's Brett Kern now. He's been terrific so far.
I would like to be like that. That's it. I would like to have as many subscribers.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
And all that.
Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. He sort of just keeps chipping away at this defense. Hasn't had a spectacular game, but here in the third quarter that they've known all game long that he's there.
He's the type of guy that frustrates you if you're playing defense, because when you think you've taken away something or you think you've got him in check, he comes up with another catch, the chains move, or he finds a way to get it to the end zone. He's that guy that drives you crazy, and offenses love it.
He's hoping to drive him more crazy here coming up. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
Exactly right. And that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the LA Rams currently play. And back then they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham. Nickname, Automatic.
Wilson steps away to his left. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
If he catches us.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10.
Go. Oh, that was Thomas.
It's a big play that time for the NFC. 53 yards.
Of course, Thomas is going to catch it.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the con. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I agree.
And the NFC stretching that lead out even a bit further.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball.
The AFC
is that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot.
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dot. Always a fan of the dot.
I've been trying to
PAT up and good by Rosas. And they will extend this big lead.
Sky kick.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Hawks.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. They have to like what they've gotten from him in this game.
Think about the accumulation of catches, the yards per catch now, because you get more than a first down every time he's touching the ball. This is the kind of game you want when you're able to throw it out wide.
Absolutely. Over 100 yards, has the 8 catches.
I think it's Android or
Mahomes now on first down. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. And he's brought down after a very nice game. A good pickup there, a 22.
I'm not
and
sure.
on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Like
success.
And it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit more effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've learned this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden Studios, right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
Kerrigan.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Well, you know, it's hard for some of these guys to get on the same page because they've only been practicing together for a week, but these two, I think they're pretty familiar.
I would say so, right? You go back to OTAs, mini camps, preseason camp, games, the whole deal. They ought to know each other pretty well, and in an all-star game like this, key situations, you find someone like that who you know will be exactly where you think they're supposed to be.
It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. I'll guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
Dude.
That throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. He'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be.
And he just came running and he caught.
To his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
That's caught. It's Thomas. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run.
He's good for this quarterback because he's fast.
Accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Nice.
Well, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Okay, you know what? I'm
now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense. Countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft. And able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Well, why don't you pass, though?
They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And as a result, possession switches hands.
And sometimes pride wins, doesn't it? Because, yes, they're getting steamrolled here right now. They're down big, and they're going to try a fake field goal against them.
And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Khalil Mack getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes so clean, Oftentimes, the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And
Dude,
the throw there going to be incomplete.
You're the best quarterback.
When they need to play on 3rd down, you kind of know what direction the ball is going, but the defense knew it too.
Yeah, it's a good call because they wanted to put 2 men on him, and they did. Dare him to throw into double coverage. Really what you're saying is, let's see if one of your other receivers can beat us.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. On the return is Cohen. Shifts past him at the 45.
See those?
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. He's hoping to take what has been a good game here and make it a great game. It's so far solid, and we're still in the 3rd quarter.
There's nothing wrong with solid.
Okay, and smartness,
but you want to be reliable. You want to be a guy that puts your team in a position to have a chance to win. And that's what we're seeing from him. And there's also that added element that maybe it can become a little bit more as this game goes on.
He'll try to make it more here on this drive. Flush to his right.
Well, it makes sense to me. So it has to make sense
this
to you.
one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete.
It is incomplete.
Let him a little too far, brings up 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet. But they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him... Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be...
Under pressure again, and down he goes
not
again.
Get past Mack.
Khalil Mack. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks.
And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And possession will switch hands 1st and 10.
I did it, so can't lie. Get a touchdown.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they work this well.
Do not go past Thomas, a Dolphins person.
23 yards on the play.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run, and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
That's what you get.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football.
I might not, but
sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move.
Most likely I am.
And picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I want to get
It is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, it's unfortunately incompletion.
Had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. It's the NFC with the lead and the football as we start the fourth. It's the NFC with the lead and the football as we start the fourth. They go play action here on first down. And it's caught. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice.
Okay. There's nothing to challenge.
That's now 30 yards between those last.
You have to see this. I literally.
2 plays.
We talk about mobility.
Look, I'm throwing it to that guy, right? He's literally in the end zone. Wait a minute. Does that... Look. Foot in. 2. Look, the ball. Look at the ball. It's... Please.
On quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Again, Wilson. Looking
Why
end
can't
zone,
I
but it's
throw
incomplete. The
accurately
Pro Bowler
without
Michael
wanting
Thomas
to?
was the intended receiver.
I
But
don't
it'll
know
be
why
second
I
and
can't.
goal. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. From 3 yards out. And the NFC just continuing to pour it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Nice throw, nice catch. Now, that was a nice throw, to be honest. That was actually a good throw. I'm just going to do a squib. Right down the middle. Darn it.
Now after the touchdown, here's
kick.
Rosasson to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
Okay.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Sit down.
The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Oh my
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there.
Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Khalil Mack. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular, pretty much uncoverable.
And you know that I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's been a variety of coverages throughout this game because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding them.
I got to be honest, I want to see 5. You want to see 5? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but
we're not rooting. Just in the interest of the game, let's go ahead and
Nice
see 5.
throw,
now,
but
here's
not
a
nice
look for the
catch.
end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, but it'll be second and goal. The incompletion there stops the clock.
I literally
Any
have to
surprise
run.
of throwing here late?
So he throws good.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the NFC stretching that lead out even a bit further.
You have fun with this one, partner.
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. This is caught. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much.
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Oh, offense?
So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's going to go down.
See, that was good.
Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Khalil Mack in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. And he's able to get it out of there. It's fielded at the 45. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the NFC is going to have a short field as they take over 1st and 10.
I am starving, but I'm not going to make a video because I want to finish this game.
On 1st down, Wilson. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And touchdown! Michael Thomas, 44 yards. And the NFC just continuing to pour it on.
I'm a beast.
And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Oh, boy.
I'm not even going to try.
Salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us. And they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, could also result in a melee later, though.
We already won.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
I'm finishing it.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players
Come
nowadays.
on,
At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Wait,
Khalil Mack in there yet again. They just...
Is that a fumble? I don't know about that.
He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single...
I don't know about that. Is that a fumble? Might have been a fumble. Wait. Come on. He has it. Knees down. It's a fumble, dude. It's a fumble. It's a fumble.
Game record.
Dude, these refs are stupid.
Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Dude, that was definitely
good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And this is Hurts with it, right side. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown NFC. Zach Ertz, 61 yards. And the NFC stretching that lead out even a bit further. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter in the Pro Bowl.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosicon to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The AFC offense making their way back out. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yes, you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank you.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's take it inside his own 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. Michael Thomas, 44 yards. And the NFC just continuing to pour it on. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the... Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Oh, my dude. I'm literally just going to throw like the worst.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosicon to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Well, that was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
This is fielded at the 7. Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Dancing to his left. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Room here. A breakaway for Michael Thomas. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown NFC. Michael Thomas. 94 yards. And the NFC stretching that lead out even a bit further. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me, oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
I don't even care. I don't care. Dude, we already won. I already won.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? Travis Kelce. He's at the 40, the 20. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl? And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the AFC able to get a little bit more respectable. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point up and through by Myers as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And I tell you what, the AFC continuing their good run of form the last few years. They're on their way to making it 3 straight wins here at the Pro Bowl.
So what they're telling us by their play is that it actually does mean something, doesn't it? We always say, the Pro Bowl, what does it actually mean? There is pride in their conference, and the AFC showing their pride in a big way over the last few seasons.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback.
Dude, how is that not pass interference? How is that not pass interference, dude? Look, that guy gets in his way. Boom. He can't run. How is it not pass interference?
And still try and cover downfield.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Wilson now, going to throw again. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he will score. Touchdown NFC. Julio Jones. 41 yards. And the NFC just continuing to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the... Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I have 126 points. They think of this as if they think of this as a baseball game, they're crazy, because I don't think it's possible.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The AFC offense making their way back out. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
MLB Gap A.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Akeem Hicks picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here comes Cohen. Fancy footwork in midfield. Now a hit and a loose football. And that's picked up by the AFC. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game. And we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
Kerrigan is my favorite player.
And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means that
the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
You're not going to get
That's sacked by Khalil
Mack.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Ooh, with a juke. A great return there of 22 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Let's go.
The offense for the NFC back out there. And as it looks right now, granted you have to include the years where the legends pick the squads, but this NFC team is going to have a chance to come away victorious for the first time since January of 2013.
It's almost going to be like you hear in college.
These refs are really killing me. Look. Dude, that's pass interference, but whatever.
We hear the chant of SEC all the time because they take such great pride in their conference. I think you hear the NFC chant coming from those guys on the sidelines now. We just say the first time since 20.
Hold on, guys. Oh, it's
13. That's a long time for these guys, and they've taken a lot of ribbing from those guys in the AFC.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. The 30. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone. I know we could sit up here
I'm already winning
and dance around it a little bit. But going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you would... Yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt. No, okay.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy...
Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Khalil Mack gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a defensive player of the year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for...
I don't flip on. No. Wait, what?
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the AFC with the football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Throwing now is Mahomes, and that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Give me.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line.
Okay, you know what?
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the NFC will take over deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
No, I should just start running it.
Here's the NFC offense set to take over again.
I'm just going to start
running. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you.
If I get a touchdown.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 40. 20, 10, 5, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Dude, this is too easy.
And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
I forgot that I was picking that play. It's okay because I already won it. How many times have I said, like, time?
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosason to kick it away.
Okay.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
I'm coming towards you, dude.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Trying to sack him.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing.
Get out of my way. You almost got sacked.
And they're route running savvy.
Now you get sacked.
Here as he's
That was a big loss.
The sack coming from
Second and 29.
Jordan.
And
we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Malcolm Jenkins, the strong safety, swoops in for the sack. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch. A lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
Of this video. So please go check that out. Anyways, subscribe. Hit that like down about. Hit that like button down there. Hit that subscribe button down there.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
Bye.